Hi everyone, it's Jeff Mitosu Crafts and we're an independent Stampin' Up demonstrators based in the UK. Thank you for joining me today where I'm sharing with you a stepped down and a stepped up version of this card. This card is part of the 5 projects we designed for our recent event Made in Basingstoke. We used the 2017 to 2019 in colors along with the fresh florals, designer series paper, the Label Me Pretty stamp, finely woven ribbons, Pansy Punch, and the Stitch Shapes Framelits dies. For this step-down version, I am using the Pretty Label Punch, which is available as a bundle, saving you 10% with the Label Me Pretty stamp set. We will start with an A5 Berry Burst cardstock, scored in half at 10.5 centimeters, and use the bone folder. Next, we have the Fresh Florals Designer Series paper measuring at 8.5 centimeters by 12.8 centimeters. We are adhering this using the multi-purpose liquid Tombow glue. So with this glue, you just need small dots in the corners or in the middle and place that on the cardstock right in the center. This lemon lime twist finely woven ribbon measures at 18 centimeters and folded in half and with the ends tapered in. I find using tear and tape much easier with ribbons, so you just stick that onto your project, onto the DSP, and then take off the backing of the tape and align your ribbon nice and centered. We have a small offcut of the DSP in Fresh Fig, and we are just using the Pansy Punch on that, using the palm of my hand and my knuckle to press down and shape the flower. We are then going to stamp the Happy Birthday sentiment on Whisper White measuring 7.4 by 5.2 centimeters using basic black archival ink pad. Once that's done, we're going to use the Pretty Label Punch, making sure that it's nicely centered, and then press firmly on the bottom of the punch. So all of the elements are ready for this card. I'm using the mini Stampin' Dimensionals. These are really sticky, but they're great for smaller die cuts and toppers. So I only used 3 for this card, and I'm using the multi-purpose liquid glue for the flower just on the bottom left, and finally the clear faceted gems for the center of the flower. And that is our step-down version of our make and take. The Pretty Label topper looks quite small compared to the Stitch Shape Framelit topper, so for the stepped-up version I am going to use both. So with the same A5 cardstock, I'm adding a Whisper White matte measuring 9 centimeters by 13.3 centimeters in between the DSP and the cardstock. This just creates a nice border and makes the DSP pop a little bit more. We are going to do the same with the Lemon Lime Twist finely woven ribbon measuring at 18 centimeters. So use tear and tape again on your DSP, take off the backing, and then stick your ribbon on top. This just allows you to make sure that it's nice and straight for your card. I've gone ahead and cut the second largest oval stitch framelits onto powder pink cardstock and using the Fresh Fig DSP again to punch the Pansy flower. Using archival ink pad, we are then going to stamp the Happy Birthday sentiment onto Whisper White measuring 7.4 by 5.2 centimeters. So using the Pretty Label Punch, align nice and centered, and then press firmly at the bottom. We are now going to mount the topper onto the powder pink stitch oval using mini dimensional. And we are applying 4 mini dimensionals onto the powder pink oval to be adhered onto the project. I pre-cut 2 of the flourish from the Everyday Jars Framelits dies in Tranquil Tide, and we are using this under our Pansy flower. So I'm using multi-purpose liquid glue and just add a little bit more in the center of the flourish, because we are gonna be using the paper snips to cut off the ends and hide the ends under the flower and under the topper. Finally, we are just going to add more liquid glue onto the flower and adhere that onto the bottom left of the topper, adding the clear faceted gem in the center. And here we are, the stepped up version of our make and take from our recent event, Made in Basingstoke. Thank you very much for joining me today. You can order current Stampin' Up products from our online shop and subscribe to our YouTube channel at the end of this video. Thanks again. Until next time. Bye!